Welcome to Lily's Chat. Guest host is my husband, Dana.
Hello.
Hi, Dana. So, we just finished watching the series, Midnight Mass,
On Netflix.
on Netflix, and we wanted to share our thoughts. So, what did you think about the series? Oh, and before we start, if you've seen it, we would love to hear what you thought about it. We're going to share what we have to say, but we want to hear what you have to say, so definitely comment.
So Midnight Mass is short series. I think it was 7 episodes.
Mm hmm.
Horror stories, sort of.
Mm hmm.
Rumors out there that it was based on Stephen King stories. It was not. It was written by Mike Flanagan.
Right, I heard that actually, that it was based on two Stephen King short stories. So I thought that was interesting.
But it was not. So
No.
it's a horror story based on a isolated island
Mm-hmm.
and a very small population.
Mm-hmm.
And this priest comes in and says that the old priest that they had was sick and he's taking over, and suddenly weird things start happening and he's performing some miracles
Mm-hmm.
and really gets people really interested in the church. And we got
Yes.
there was half dozen people going to church,
Mm-hmm.
and he basically got the whole island going to church with the stories of what he was doing.
Right, right. The miracles that he was presenting in the church. So that was kind of interesting. I think I would have gone too. If I had heard about some of the miracles, I would have been like, let's go check this church out. I mean, wouldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It starred Katie Siegel. Kate Siegel.
Kate Siegel, I think Katie
Yeah,
Siegel.
she
Uh-huh.
was in Hush and The Haunting of Hill House.
Yes, I remember her. I believe she was one of the sisters on Haunting of Hill House. I think. Yeah, I don't think she was the mom. I think she was one of the sisters. I'm sorry. I'm trying to. Go ahead.
And Zach Gilford, who main claim to fame, he was the main character, Matt Saracen, in Friday Night Lights. Have you ever seen that?
Yes. Matt Saracen. Yeah, we've been wondering what he's been up to. We loved him at Friday Night Lights. Great show to watch, by the way, if you haven't seen it.
And Rahul Kohli, who was in The Haunting of Bly Manor.
Yes, and Raul was the sheriff in
That's right.
Midnight Mass. And Zach Guilford, his character's name was Riley, and Katie Siegel, her character name in Midnight Mass was Erin. So they were all main characters, and I think that they were cast well. They were believable. I thought.
Yeah. Interesting juxtaposition to me was Raul's character, the sheriff, I forgot his name, um, and his son
Mm.
played um, Islam, but that's not the right word. Um,
Um, hold on a second. Okay, we had to pause because we had to look it up.
so he played a Muslim with his son. His wife died some years before. Didn't really go into that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I
Cancer.
don't. Oh, it was cancer.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Um, yeah, they were talking about pancreatic cancer and what
Oh,
happens.
that's right. That's
So,
right.
um,
Yeah.
anyway, so he was raising a son by himself and
Mhm.
moved to this small island. While everyone's going to this Catholic church,
Mhm.
he's um, he's the only person on the island, as far as we can tell,
Yeah,
um,
that's
as a
Muslim.
practicing Muslim. So,
Yeah, yeah,
has an interesting juxtaposition. So
yeah, definitely.
they played to that. They play into that at the end.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, it was kind of. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I don't even know how I felt about that, to be honest. I mean, he wants to teach him, what he's learned, what he believes is the way, his religion. The sheriff, the sheriff is trying to teach his son, it's part of their culture,
right,
their beliefs, and so.
and he said his beliefs, the Muslim beliefs, are to learn everything they can about every religion. They're
Right.
open to studying
Yes.
multiple religions. So
Mm-hmm.
having him explore the Catholic faith didn't scare him at first.
Right. Right. Yeah, I liked or I enjoyed watching it from their perspective. So, um, I thought the town itself, it was pretty small, wasn't it?
Yes,
I don't
it
remember the
reminded me a
population.
lot of the Alaskan town in 28 Days of Night. Very small, kind of
Yes.
isolated, small
Yes.
town.
Yes. Well, it was an island, for goodness sakes.
Yeah.
And the mainland was like, what, 30 miles away?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, that's pretty scary. So, yeah, they're pretty much isolated there. So the only way to get to the island or from the island to the mainland is to take a boat, a ship.
That ran, the
Mm-hmm.
ferry ran like twice a day.
Right, right. And so that's how they would get their supplies, or, if they had like doctor visits. They did have a doctor on the island, a primary physician, but she was running her practice from her home, and she had a sickly mom. So there was only so much she could do. But yeah, the doctor. I didn't catch the doctor's name, but I think she was a very interesting character.
Yeah, she was.
And along the sixth or seventh episode, we find out things that I didn't even suspect or even think about. So I thought, yeah, her character definitely added to the series. What I was gonna say, the town was very cute. It sort of, yeah. I was trying to think. It did remind me of that town. I think it's Barrow in Alaska. It did give me the feel of 30 Days and Nights. Yeah. A little of that with a little of Jeepers Creepers.
Yeah.
What else? Yeah, and the ending was not what I expected it to be. So it wasn't a shock, but I think it was a little surprising.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. It was a little on the sad side. I think that, yeah, they kind of made you feel sad. The choices that were made without really thinking about it. And actually, some of people were not even given choices. So that was a little horrifying in a way.
Yeah.
And for me, the series is 7 episodes. And if you're into jump scares, this is definitely not for you. I think there were 2 jump scares.
2 big ones, yeah.
Yeah, 2 big ones. I don't think I jumped at anything else except for those 2. So yeah, if you like or don't like jump scares, you should be aware of that. And the special effects, I'm a big special effects person, and I kind of like them.
Okay.
I like the creature. I mean, it did give me Jeepers Creepers,
Yeah.
So, what about you? Did you like the special effects?
I wasn't that impressed by them. They weren't bad.
No, they weren't bad. We've definitely seen them before.
Yeah.
100%. They were not new. But, I think, it was okay. It was okay. How about the story in itself? What do you think about the story?
So, the story, the first miracle you see, there's a girl.
I wasn't going to go into
Okay.
details.
Okay.
I was just saying in general,
In general,
because I don't want to, give too much of the plot.
right. In general, I liked the beginning of it. I thought it could have gone in a better direction than it did.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
But it certainly showed a lot of potential. I grew up Catholic, so I had kind of that perspective going for it from the Catholic Church.
Mm-hmm.
The whole it kind of got to a point is what we've always considered evil good, or is good evil?
Right.
That sort of vibe to it.
Mm-hmm. What's good? What's bad? What's really evil? What's really good?
Yeah.
Who is really good? Who's really bad? How do you
Differentiate.
Yeah, how do you differentiate? But biblically, I mean, yeah, how do you? I don't want to say decipher, but how do you? This is a tough one. How do you? What? I'm just gonna take a moment to think for a second. Okay, we're back. The word I was trying to fish for was interpret. And so, how do you interpret the Bible? And it can be interpreted in so many different ways. So honestly, if you're a good person, like you interpret a certain way, and if there's fundamentally something wrong with you, like there was in this lady in Midnight Mass, then you
Can twist it any way you want.
yeah, absolutely, to fit your purpose, you know, and that was one of the things that I found a little. I mean, I'm older, so I know, and I've heard people do this before. But yeah, in this movie, it was done so blatantly and so often.
Yeah.
You know, to convince others to do, you know, someone's certain will. So yeah, I was surprised. So
So, yeah, if you're into jump scares, it's not. I wouldn't call it slasher, or it's not gross.
no.
There's not a lot of you know, dismembering or anything like that. You don't see a
Mhm.
lot of that.
Mhm.
It's kind of suspense
Mhm.
and horror mixed with, you know, a lot of religious overtones,
Mhm. Yes.
and a couple of jump scares. But if you know this, you know, if the slasher film, the Friday the 13th sort of thing isn't your deal, you won't. That's not this kind of movie, so you're fine.
Right. It's not a bloody film.
Not really.
No, not really. So, yeah, I'm going to say it's pretty mild in terms of horror.
Yeah.
It was more about the story of the characters, I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It also gave me a little bit of The Exorcist.
A little bit. I was getting that too.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, they threw in a lot of stuff in this in this series. So, but yeah, I don't know if you guys are young and don't remember The Exorcist with Linda Blair, but that's a great horror movie to watch. That is very graphic
yes.
in a lot of ways. So, so on a scale of 1 to 10, let's end this. On a scale of 1 to 10, what do you think?
Um, definitely. I mean, let me start off by saying this is not for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little on the strange, bizarre side on some things.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a little strange. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it a 6, maybe a 7.
Okay, that's pretty decent. Would you rewatch it again?
Not right away. Maybe in a couple years.
When we're older and have forgotten it, because we'll be old. Yeah, we'll probably do that. But for me, I'm gonna say somewhere between a 6 and a 7. It was entertaining,
Yeah.
I thought,
Yeah.
and we watched it in 2 days. So how bad could it be? All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed our input for Midnight Mass. I hope you watch it, and then if you have, share with us what your thoughts are, and let us know what you think, and whether you agree or disagree with us. Who was your main character? For me, it was who was your favorite character? Just out of curiosity, honey.
I think the priest was the most interesting character.
Oh, okay, okay. Even though they didn't show her much, I like the doctor.
I like the doctor too.
There was something about her that I mean, she was smart, and I don't want to say too much,
The
but
voice of reason
yes,
throughout the series.
absolutely, yes.
Oh, her and the sheriff.
Well, yes, exactly. So, all right. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. Please don't forget to comment and subscribe, and hopefully you like our content. We're gonna say goodnight
Good night.
and
Thank you.
catch you soon. Bye.
Bye.